Now, as part of London's ongoing clown festival, a former Cirque de Soleil performer will bring a new solo show to the capital, exploring the horrors of life in the trenches of the First World War. Aron De Casmaker based his acts on the accounts of a soldier and artist from England who survived the ordeal. Well, I've been speaking to him via video link, and we began by talking about his experiences in Cirque de Soleil.
They had seen me in a show almost 12, 15, maybe 15 years ago now, and they contacted me, said, we'd be interested in you. I said, yeah, that sounds great, but nothing really came out of it until about 7 or 8 years later. And it was just this little dance that kept on going until finally they offered me a role, which took me all over the world, performing to millions of people, all kinds of cultures. It was amazing.
Next weekend, you're bringing your one-man show, Entrenched, to the capital as part of the London Clown Festival, and it's inspired by a First World War soldier and artist who survived the trenches. Just give us a bit more information on that.
Well, I was already scheming a show about a clown show that was to take place in the trenches because it was the centennial of the war's beginning. And I was at a friend's house she still lives in a big family house. And I was just describing my ideas for the show at that point. We were just having dinner, and she said, that sounds really interesting. Hold on. She went upstairs into the attic, came down with this huge box full of stuff. Some of it was helmets and little bits of paraphernalia taken from the trenches, but there was also this tome of his drawings and his letters from being at the trenches, all of which had this bizarre and absurd sense of humor that really spoke to me and spoke to my ideas. So I just looked at her and said, can I use this? She said, yes, because we don't know what else to do with it. So it became part of the project instantly and became central to the exploration that I was doing. It was one of those gifts from Providence.
You don't often imagine that, the scenario of a clown and the trenches would come together, but there was comedy in this grave situation.
Yeah, I think that's just how they coped with the day-to-day. There was this one drawing that I can't remember the size of the shells, but the big Bertha shells had landed very close to them, would have killed them, but it didn't. It was a dud. So they ended up burying it, having this mock funeral, and putting a sign on it that said, here lies, I guess it was a 9-inch shell. He who disturbs it will be blown to ... These were the situations that I was really attracted to, because you hear so much about the devastation, you hear the letters being read every Remembrance Day that really have the same tone. And I'm not trying to diminish the importance of that, but there's a human quality that we don't really get a sense of. And that was the day-to-day, the humor that comes out of it. And the clown is a figure that can really help bring that out.